The scientific study of dreams. The average human lifespan is 79 years, and approximately 1/3 of it is spent asleep. This means that you will sleep for approximately 26 years of your lifetime, and whether or not you remember it, you'll spend 6 of these years within a dream. The topic of today is dreams, what causes them, theories on why they happen, and the anomalies of aphantasiac and lucid dreaming. Despite years of research from even the most prominent scientists in the field of neurology, our scientific understanding of dreams is still limited. This is what we know so far. Scientists still have yet to discover where exactly in our brain a dream originates, but they have been able to document the levels of activity in certain parts of our brain while we dream. Researchers measure brain activity in hertz using technology like electroencephalographs and functional magnetic resonance imaging. Our average brain activity during daytime is 13 to 22 hertz. Once we are asleep, our brain activity and sleep stages progress throughout the night. In the first 60 minutes after falling asleep, our temperature and heart rate slow down, and brain activity decreases to 6 to 10 hertz. During deep sleep, brain activity is between 0.5 and 4 hertz. It is during our deep REM sleep that we experience the majority of our dreams. Brain activity during this time is notably similar to brain activity while awake. The areas of our prefrontal cortex that control logic and self-control become inactive. Many researchers believe this is why most dreams are unrealistic and bizarre. Our limbic system, which governs emotions, becomes highly active. Theories on why we dream developed long before the invention of technology that could document brain activity. The psychoanalytic perspective presented by Sigmund Freud suggests that dreams stem from subconscious thoughts and desires that we normally suppress while awake. Many researchers like Carl Jung rejected Freudian dream theory. Jung contested that dreams are not caused by repressed desire, but are meant to provide insight on how to handle the problems and fears we face in waking life. In one of many of his written works, Jung eloquently summarized his stance by saying, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." Another theory is the continual activation theory created by Jai Zhang in 2004. Zhang theorizes that during our waking time, the memory formed is saved into a temporary memory. The function of sleep is to process, encode, and transfer the data from the temporary memory to the long-term memory. There is also the threat simulation theory proposed by Matti Koester. This theory suggests that dreams evolved in response to the multitude of threats experienced by our ancestors. Rebensbaum explains that dreams allow us to rehearse threatening situations in order to better prepare for actual instances of danger in waking life. This theory is corroborated by a study performed by 4 Danish researchers in 2014. The team recruited 50 participants, 11 who were blind from birth, 14 who lost their vision after birth, and 25 who were not blind. The conclusion of the study was that blindness considerably alters the sensory composition of dreams. The increased occurrence of nightmares in blind participants may be related to a higher number of threatening experiences in daily life in this group. Think back to a time when you woke up from a vivid dream. You might have been confused at first because it seemed so real. Have you ever wondered how we are able to see and hear inside of a dream? Take a moment to visualize a red apple. Change the color of the apple to green. Imagine biting into this apple. You are able to recall the texture, the taste, and even the sound of biting into an apple, which only exists in your mind. Your eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and hands are just receptors. Your ability to see, hear, smell, touch, and taste are all controlled by your brain. Most impressive is your brain's ability to retain this information over a lifetime. When we are asleep, the brain isn't receiving external sensory input, so it must use our memory instead. When neurons are firing in the primary sensory areas of the neocortex while we sleep, this creates sensory illusions which weave together into the complex hallucination we call a dream. Whether our neurons fire at random or purposefully is a topic of continual debate between scientists. To expand further on the topic of dreams, science has confirmed that it is possible to dream without sensory content. In order to study such dreams, researchers not only use subjects who are blind, but also subjects called aphantasiacs, which are people who lack the ability to synthesize images within the mind. There has been minimal research done about this alternative cognitive orientation. Some have reported that the condition also prevents them from being able to remember sound, smell, touch, and taste. Many people with aphantasia say they still dream, while some report that they only dream in concepts. There are many dream explanations submitted submitted by aphantasiacs on the official worldwide online aphantasia forum, one of which provides some clarification. I do not have vision in my dreams. I know when I dream about particular people I know. I don't know how I know, I can't see them, but I know who they are. I also know where I am in dreams without ever seeing anything. I have the impression of movement without seeing anything. There's one dream I remember where I was having a conversation while looking in the fridge. I don't know how I knew I was looking in the fridge because I couldn't see anything, but I had the impression all the same. Then there is the dream straight out of a sci-fi, lucid dreaming. This is a dream in which the dreamer is consciously aware of the dream taking place. As outlandish as it sounds to anyone who has never experienced it, lucid dreaming has been scientifically validated. How can scientists tell when someone is conscious inside of a dream if they are physically unconscious? Records of activity in brain regions responsible for coherence and higher awareness are significantly higher during lucid dreams than they are in REM sleep, so scientists are able to differentiate between the two. When an EEG showed brain activity consistent with lucid dreaming, researchers asked their unconscious study participants to move their eyes beneath their eyelids in certain directions, and they responded by doing exactly as instructed. To put this discovery into perspective, consider brain surgery, one of the most intricate and complex tasks humans are capable of. The brain waves of a brain surgeon performing brain surgery measure between 22 and 30 hertz. Brain waves during lucid dreaming have been measured at 40 hertz. Brain activity at this level has been scientifically described as the formation of a new neural pathway, or the synthesis of a new idea, and it happens while lucid dreaming. Why? We don't have the answer yet, but scientists plan to find out. Despite groundbreaking technological breakthroughs, science is a long way even from defining what consciousness is, let alone understanding in any comprehensive sense how it works. Perhaps the reason for dreaming will remain as elusive as the reason for consciousness itself. Even so, we can rest easy knowing that our dreams are truly our own, never replicated by another, and an embodiment of our individual creative potential. Does anyone have questions?
What is REM sleep?
REM sleep stands for rapid eye movement. It is the dream state that is most commonly associated with remembering your dreams. Researchers hypothesize that your eyes move beneath your eyelids while you are asleep in order to keep an oxygen supply to your cornea.
What is aphantasia genetic?
Yes, aphantasia is genetic, and some researchers also hypothesize that it can be caused by severe trauma or abuse. Thank you guys.